Everyone's fitness journey is so different. We all come from different backgrounds, different walks of life that bring us to a point in our life where we decide, hey, I want to live a little bit better. I want to live a little bit more healthier. And all of us come to that point in our life at a different time. It's called a health journey for a reason. We all start somewhere, but it never ends. There is no destination. It's not fitness destination, it's fitness journey, because fitness journeys are not linear. They have ups and downs, and there is a lot of times where you want to stop and give up. You take a pause, you take a step back, and that's all part of this fitness journey. Because everyone's fitness journey should be about building a lifestyle. Our bodies are what give us life. They give us movement, love, happiness, and we need to start treating it that way. So instead of being told by society what we need to look like, we need to have a big chat with ourselves and say, hey, what do we want to feel like? I feel like a lot of times when it comes to health fitness journeys, people think, it's so smooth sailing, it just goes up and up. People who are ripped on, the internet, they never have bad days, they never have off days, and that's not true. What you see is consistency, and consistency is completely key, okay? It's not about what you do occasionally, it's about what you do consistently. My fitness journey, I feel like, has started forever. I don't know. I don't really know where the initial beginning of it was. I grew up in a household that was pretty active. Like, I always played sports. My mom was pretty good about making homemade meals with like a protein, veggie, and a carb on the plate. So I went to college. I was able to take those cooking skills that she taught me and just know how to cook for myself, and it's just been improving ever since. You don't just hop in and know everything. I think a lot of people think that sometimes. It's a gradual climb to learning more and more and just building upon the knowledge, the education. So it really is just a full journey. 2015, 2016, I started lifting, and I was pretty strong in the gym. Like, I loved it. I just loved the way I was. I didn't really care, and I wasn't conscious about the way that I looked. I ran Spartan races, I was active, and I felt like I was really strong and fit, but I couldn't see any difference. So I started in 2018, I was like, all right, this is the year. I wanna actually see some results. I wanna see some progress because I'm strong, and yeah, I eat pretty healthy. I, cook most of my meals, but I just am kind of missing something. I want to see these muscles because I was like, I want to look shredded. Like, I'm so strong, I'm pushing all this weight, but I want to be shredded. So I was like, all right, let's try this. I really focused on nutrition. I educated myself. I just read a lot of research. I did start counting my macros just to kind of get an idea of what I am eating, kind of where I was at, what types of foods, am I having enough protein? Just kind of to become more educated and self-aware of what I was consuming. I think I did that for like a month, and then I just stopped, and I've been eating intuitively ever since. I got all of my results from nutrition. Nutrition is key, and nutrition really makes up probably 80% of the results that all of us see. My exercise did not change too drastically the first time that I lost a bunch of weight and postpartum when I lost all of the weight after having my baby. It was all about my nutrition and my nutrition intake, which is why it's so important for you to be able to study for yourself and become educated about the foods you eat, how much you're consuming, and slowly cut that back, because ultimately, scientifically, the way to lose weight is to be in a caloric deficit. You can be in a caloric deficit by increasing cardio or by watching what you eat, or a little bit of both. But ultimately, what you put into your body really does affect your training and your life and your results overall when you're trying to lose weight, if that's your goal. It's not just about what you're doing in the gym, it's also about what you're doing outside of the gym. So it's really that twofold. You've got to be on top of both. And this is kind of a gradual process. For me, what I did is I ate the exact same. I ate what I usually ate. I would just eat a tiny bit less here or there. I did not count macros. I did not track calories. I really gave myself time the second time around to lose weight, because I said, you know what? I give myself 9 months to grow this baby. I'm gonna give myself at least that to get back to where I needed to. So I slowly decreased my calorie intake, kept my exercise, again, the same. I've been doing almost the same workout split for years. It changed a little bit while I was pregnant. It changed a little bit while I was postpartum. I wasn't working out as much pregnant and postpartum in the early days. Gave myself the time and space to do that. I knew that I needed to be in a caloric deficit to lose the weight, and so I did that slowly over a period of time. No restrictions, keeping my sustainable habits that I've learned early on. And you know what? It was great. I gave myself that time to be able to healthily lose the weight, get to a point where I feel really good, and now I'm in a great maintenance and I feel great. And eventually if I want to start building more muscle, I can do that. When it comes to my exercise, it has pretty much stayed the same throughout the beginning of time, and again, that's where I have to say, making this a lifestyle and a part of your life and a routine and habits is absolutely everything, because I can use the same principles that I learned and keep using them now. 3, 4, 5 years down the road, having a baby, doing this all through pregnancy, through postpartum, it was so much easier for me because I took the time and I said, you know what, I'm gonna build a healthy lifestyle. I'm gonna do this for me and I'm gonna do it right the first time so that this is sustainable. That's exactly what I did. People are so shocked. How did you lose the baby weight? I've been doing the same thing. You guys have been following me on Instagram, on YouTube. Nothing has really changed. My body has changed and the time lapse of what's going on in my life of pregnancy and postpartum has changed, but what I'm doing to the core, the principles that I'm following are the exact same the entire way through. Now, when I was pregnant and postpartum, I'd work out about 3 days a week. I'd do an upper, a lower, and then a full body day of a little bit of a circuit, try and get my heart rate up a little bit. And I did that during postpartum too. And then I would slowly add in days as I could, but I have been doing the same thing. My exercise hasn't really been changing too much. I mean, of course, I'm increasing weight. I am trying new exercises. I do pyramids, drop sets. I'm trying to build strength. I'm not trying to stay stagnant or the same, but the principles of what I do for lifting, for full body, for functionality, stretching, flexibility, all of that to the base and the core is the same. What's different is my nutrition. And that's what I needed to focus on in my journey. I had already built all the muscle. I just needed to see what was there. I want to live such a full and happy life. And that's going to be down to me, the decisions I make and how I treat my body and myself. 100%. I think one of the biggest things that I learned on this second round of my fitness journey, I would call it, because I lost a bunch of weight, got shredded, then I got pregnant, I gained a bunch of weight, and then I lost the weight again. So I'd say this is like my second time doing this, and I'm gonna do it again when I have more kids, which is kind of cool. Again, the journey's like this, isn't it? And it's all about loving ourselves through the process, through our whole life, just building good, sustainable, healthy habits that'll carry us on throughout all of these times. And truthfully, that's the main thing I want you guys to take away from this, is just a mindset shift of this is for life. This is for longer. I don't need to worry about losing weight in a month or 2 months. I can take 9 months to a year, really dig deep, build healthier habits, and actually change my life for the long run so that it's actually sustainable. It took me not stressing about my weight to realize that I can eat what I want in moderation and I'm not gonna gain a bunch of weight. When I was postpartum, that first 6 weeks, I just shoved in my face with any baked good. That's what I was just craving. I just ate baked goods. And it took me until then to realize, hey, I did all of that and I'm fine. Sometimes we have a crazy night out and you're drinking a bunch and you're eating a bunch, and then you wake up the next morning and you're like, I'm okay. Sometimes it takes you a couple of those times to realize that you're gonna be okay. And this is about consistency and longevity in the long run, not just about those small little moments. So some tips for you getting started. I do have a whole video about this, but it's just about picking exercise you love. What is gonna be actually sustainable in your individual life? There is no one right way. There is no perfect picture of health. It looks different on everybody, and everybody's mental health is gonna be different. And make the decision mentally that you're gonna love yourself through the process, and you're gonna just find a new lifestyle and stuff that you personally love and enjoy. And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks, and it doesn't matter what anybody has to say about it, because this is what you are doing for yourself. This is your journey, your time to shine, and you got this. The very last thing I want to talk about is not comparing. Do not compare your fitness journey to anyone else's. First of all, everybody starts somewhere different, so don't compare your day 1 to someone else's year 5. There are people who have never worked out for a day and they're looking at people who have been lifting for 10 years. No, don't compare your journeys. Each and every one of us is entering our fitness journey at different stages of our lives. We all have different body shapes, body types. Even if we all ate the exact same and did the same workouts, we would all look differently just because that's how we are. So there's no room for comparison in anyone's fitness journey, and that's something that I think we all need a little reminder of here and there. At the end of the day, creating a healthier lifestyle and totally changing my life, my habits, my routines, and making better choices along the way of keeping exercise as a weekly practice and trying to be more mindful about what I eat has completely changed my life for the better. I am happier, I am healthier, I feel so confident in the body and the skin that I'm in. I have really learned to love myself through the process. When I have bad days or if I have a bad workout, I have grown so much individually. I feel really confident knowing that I am taking care of my body and thanking it for everything that it does for me every single day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and all that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.